Islam. I was emailed a question. The brother wanted to know what was the Moors' connection with, with slavery and why the Moors looked at as traitors in the so-called Afrocentric community. All right. The reason why people, look at the Moors as traitors, in the so-called Afrocentric community, is because they fail to realize that their forefathers had something to do with the slavery institution. Right. See, there's this romanticized view of history where we look back and we did all that was good and the European nations did all that was bad. And while we were frolicking around in Africa, minding our own business, they came and snatched us and subjugated us. Romanticized BS, right? The bottom line is that the way of the ancient world was, when nations fought, if you lost, you got taken, sold off as a slave, right? So the Moors were no different in this respect. The Moors fought European nations, sold them off as slaves. The Moors fought, there was, internecine strife, tribal wars amongst the Moors, stuff like that, different tribes and clans, and the losing parties of that were often sold off, right? This wasn't just going on in Northern Africa, this was going on in Sub-Saharan Africa. If you look amongst the Dahomey and Benin and so on and so forth, you see the same types of slavery, Asiatic on Asiatic, happening even then. So to look at the Moors as traitors, one would have to say that, they really don't, the narrative that they have of Africa, so on and so forth, it's really it's a jaded, view that they have of history, right? And it's one, designed to puff one up in their own conceit. But upon inspection, it can be seen that ones that slouched under their duty and really knowing themselves. Because when you know yourself, you realize if you're the original man, that means everything started with you. You know what I mean? That means that even the devilishment that took place on the earth started with you as well, right? But it takes only a God could take that and say, yeah, I did that, but let's change it in the modern world, all right? But most of our people haven't made it out of the belief phase, of development. The prophet gives us belief, faith, and fruition. He said belief is that which man thinks might perhaps be the truth, right? He says faith is that which he knows is true, and fruition is man himself, the truth, and that's when man becomes God, which the prophet calls deific will, right? Or the deific life, and that's when you take responsibility and accountability for everything that you've done, good, bad, and ugly, all right? So we have to do the knowledge to ourselves on, everything that we've done so we can know the corrective stuff going forward. Because if not, all we're going to do, is just repeat the cycle. We measure time by cycle ages, so it didn't do nothing but just come back around if we don't correct it. So again, the Moors weren't traitors, weren't the biggest traitors in history. Yes, the Moors did deal slaves, right? But everyone else in the ancient world did it, which doesn't make it right. It's just a historical fact, right? But the point is that that's why now the prophets teach, gives us our divine constitution and bylaws, right? To the point where, we have a body of law that governs ourselves, so we don't have to subjugate the masses of humanity as we are rising to power, because the Father of the universe is ensuring that we get back to our proper place. But when we get there, we can't rule as we did in the ancient times solely through force. This is towards the end of the empire, not the golden age. All right, golden age was the era of reason, but the hallmark phrase was, come, let us reason together. But when it got outside of that, it came through brute force. The term brute is barbarian. So the rule by force is barbarian. All right. So again, that's the reality of it. Just study the history from an objective point of view, so that way we can correct the things that we've done and take things to new height. And like the prophet said, so we can dare to do wondrous things. And with that, I say,